Today I'm going to show you the true genius of Tony Stark. And believe me, it's not just about his billions or those incredible suits. As Americans say, the best lessons come from the worst mistakes. And Tony Stark, every single mistake this man made became a stepping stone to the next level. Now keep your eyes glued to the screen because we're going to break down the 15-year evolution of the Marvel Cinematic Universe's smartest character and how he turned every mistake into gold. And this video isn't just an analysis, meet us packed with lessons we can apply to our own lives. But first, if you could subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications to help me reach 1,000 subscribers, I'd be so grateful.
From Mark Syvan to Mark Symbie, the icing disaster and the golden solution. Tony Stark's first major lesson was a true trial by fire moment, or in this case, I should say trial by ice. Remember his first altitude test with the Mark II suit. When I first watched that scene, my mind was blown. The guy's flying through the sky, reaching record heights. Jarvis is giving warnings. And suddenly, the suit completely froze. As Americans say, learn the hard way. And that is exactly what this was. Tony went into freefall. And in that moment, I thought, we're losing this guy. But at the last second, the suit thawed and Tony survived. An ordinary person might have given up after that experience, but not Tony Stark. This is where Tony's genius kicks in. When he built the Mark III, he used a gold titanium alloy. Why gold? Because gold conducts heat well, and the cost. Well, that wasn't a problem for Tony Stark. He solved the icing problem at its root. Even better, he used this knowledge against his enemy Obadiah Stane. Remember that scene? He lured Ironmonger up high, and while Stane was yelling, "Where are you going?" Tony calmly froze his suit and bam, game over. This is a perfect example of turn your stumbling blocks into stepping stones. Mark V, the portability revolution, the suitcase suit. Now hold on, because Tony's next lesson is truly brilliant. His early suits required tons of robots, mechanical arms, and platforms just to put on. Did it look awesome? Yes. But was it practical? Time-consuming? Absolutely. Practical? Not at all. Tony realized enemies find you when you are out in the world, not at home. The Monaco scene in Iron Man 2 proved this. When Ivan Vanko attacked on the racetrack, Tony was weaponless, defenseless. As they say, don't get caught with your pants down. And Tony experienced exactly that. What did Tony do? He designed the Mark V. This suit fit in a briefcase. People, when I first saw that legendary scene, my jaw dropped. Happy threw him the case, and boom, Iron Man in seconds. Whiplash was shocked. I was shocked. Everyone was shocked. The American saying, work smarter. This is where it gets critical, and it is my favorite. Whiplash's electric whips literally cooked the Mark V. Those whips destroyed the suit as systems. In that moment, Tony said, never again. This guy really applied the principle of once bitten, twice shy. And what happened when he faced Thor in Avengers? On top of that building, Thor's furious. Lightning's raining down. Tony's like, hey man, calm down. And bam, the lightning strikes the Mark VI. And what did Jarvis say? For 75% power increase. Let that sink in. I said for 75%. Tony turned electric attacks from a weakness into a superpower. Whiplash's electricity had damaged him, but now Thor's lightning was charging him up. When life gives you lemons, make lemonade. And Tony did exactly that, just with the electricity version. Laser-powered destructive discovery. Remember that powerful laser beam he used while creating the new element in Iron Man 2? Tony was working on his father's old Stark Expo model, turned on the laser, and that beam sliced through Captain America's shield, went through the wall, cut everything in half. Tony said, interesting. And made a note, because every cloud has a silver lining. Even an accident, even a side effect could become a weapon. And what did he use in the finale of Iron Man 2 against Whiplash's robot army? That super laser. He sliced those robots to ribbons. I was yelling, this guy's a genius. But unfortunately, it was single use. Tony noted that too, of course.
But the real big lesson came in Avengers. And this scene still gives me chills. When he had to carry that nuclear missile into space, Tony literally went to his death. He was trapped in space. Oxygen ran out. His body started freezing. Pepper couldn't reach him. Nobody could reach him. As that portal closed and Tony fell, we all stared at the screen saying, "No, no, no." And that is when he realized, don't put all your eggs in one basket. The suit needed to be remotely controllable. If he was in danger, the suit should be able to save him. The dozens of remotely controlled suits in Iron Man 3 were the result of this lesson, as they say. Hindsight is 20/20. Everything looks clear looking back.
I can't pass up talking about that propeller scene on the shield helicarrier. Tony got inside to start the propeller, stuck his arm in, started pushing, and the propeller spun. But it spun so fast it nearly turned Tony into hamburger meat. Tony is also someone who lives by the saying, "Fool me once. Shame on you, fool me twice. Shame on me." We saw this lesson in Spider-Man: Homecoming. When Peter split the ferry in half, Tony showed up with an army of mini repulsor drones. He no longer squeezed his body between mechanical parts. Smart move. The repulsors pushed the ship back together. Tony stayed safe. Problem solved.
The Hulkbuster scene in Age of Ultron is one of the most epic moments in Marvel history. That fight in Johannesburg. Tony and Hulk, head to head, fist to fist. But where did this suit come from? When Hulk lost control on the shield helicarrier, crashing through the ship, Tony watched helplessly. In that moment, he thought, I need to do something about this green giant. Bruce Banner was his friend, but Hulk was uncontrollable, and the Hulkbuster was born. The Veronica satellite system, spare parts, reinforced armor. Tony reversed the "if you can't beat them, join them" principle here. If you can't join someone, make something to beat them. That scene was magnificent. Hulk threw Tony. Tony came back. Hulk tore the armor apart. Tony called for new parts. "Veronica, give me another hand." He trapped Hulk in an elevator shaft. Incredible.
Remember the fight scene with Wanda Maximoff in Civil War? While Wanda was raining cars down, Tony was trying to escape but couldn't. His armor wasn't agile enough. It was so powerful that agility had been sacrificed. Tony said, being powerful isn't enough. You have to be fast too. Flight stabilizers. Tony was now doing acrobatics in the air, spinning, weaving, dodging Thanos' children. And Rhodey, oh Rhodey. When Vision accidentally shot him in Civil War, Rhodey fell to the ground. Tony flew so fast, but it wasn't enough. Rhodey crashed to the ground, became paralyzed. I still remember that expression on Tony's face. What did he do? He added rocket speed thrusters to his nanotech armor. Now he could cover kilometers in seconds. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. But for Tony, this saying was literally true. Every failure, every loss made him stronger, faster, smarter. Tony Stark's other lessons learned from his past mistakes couldn't fit into this video. The rest will be in part 2, so make sure to subscribe and don't miss it. Turn on notifications because part 2 is going to be even more exciting.